Hi, I'm Heather Fenty, Head of Content and Partnerships at Ongig. Today, I wanted to just go through some use cases for our templating in Text Analyzer. So there are a few different ways that you can use templating based on how you want to use the platform and what makes sense for your workflow. So I'll start with the one that is it's from the basic tier. If you want to create a new job from scratch and you want to you don't know where to begin. Basically, you have no template, but you want to actually build one. We can create a new job here, and I'll show you first the back end. So I just have this demo template here, and we always offer the option to help you kind of build out your own templates. We also work with an expert in the space that can help you kind of write your template if you don't know where to start. This is just our demo template, so you can actually customize each section, the headings, what's included. You can give tips for your recruiters or hiring managers if they're unsure what to write. So I'll apply this template to a job. So this is basically, I'm going to select the template, click demo, and then it's applying here. So now you can type in your job title. So say we're doing a PR manager, for example, PR manager. So you'll see here the sections are below. It gives you a tip on, what content should go in this section. So if you wanted to, type it in or you have it somewhere else, maybe you can easily copy and paste. And then, each section you can do the same thing. You can also scroll down to the bottom here, all the way down. You can also do locked sections in these basic templates. So if you have a DEI statement, EEO statement, mission statement, even if your about us is standard across the board, you can put those in, preload them, and actually lock it. So when users are in here making edits to new job postings, that information will be there in its approved format. So that's one example. And let me just clear this out. I'll clear the job. There we go. And then let me just refresh here. Right, and I'll remove the template. So we'll start over. Okay, perfect. So what I want to do now is I want to create something. So if I don't already have some content somewhere that I want to copy and paste, or if I'm not typing directly into the platform with my job content for the posting, you can click on AI Create. You can actually type in a job title. So I'm just going to type in PR manager here. You can see the demo template here. So if you have a job title in mind, but you don't know where to start as far as content for each section, this is a good way to do it. So then you click generate now. It will generate a job posting in a minute or two. And from there, then you can actually click through each section, decide if it makes sense for your company. You can make edits. You can click through the tabs on the right side here as well. So if you want to look at things like gender neutrality, word choice, readability, you can do that. So you'll see here now there was nothing before, totally blank. Now we have a PR manager job posting that we can start with. So you can just scroll through. It pulls in certain, kind of industry standard information around requirements. It will fill in, basic about the company, salary, benefits. And again, this is all something that you can make edits to. So this is just your starting point. So again, we have that lock section here. You can see the DEI statement, but all of these are customizable. You can decide which order they appear. We can always give you tips on what performs well based on, our experience and the industry that you're in. So that's another example. And then the third example I want to show you is based around what we're calling smart templates. So you'll see the demo template doesn't have the smart template next to it, but these do. So what I want to do is show you the smart template. So it looks similar to the traditional kind of basic one, but you can do more with it. So you see there's an AI prompt section. So any of these that have the little robot, that tells you that there are some AI prompts within the section to give it guidance. So for example, you'll see here again, you have some locked sections, the diversity, inclusion, and belonging, EEO statement, And this, I pulled some of the sections from a job posting for HPE, just as an example. So here, they have different sections, but we are kind of reworking the order of what was listed on their career site for this job posting that I'm going to show you. And here you can see, let's click on making an impact. So this is like the mission statement, culture story, whatever. And here is where the AI prompt comes in. So this is why we're calling it kind of a smart template. So this section is where the company's mission or purpose is found. If there's not one, you can say, please write a concise and conversational 3-sentence mission statement, for example. And then another one that we can look at is, let's look at what we're looking for here. So this section is usually required skills, right? So this content is just telling you kind of what's in the section. And then the AI prompt is giving some suggestions. So try to keep the list to 7 or fewer items, for example. So all of this is, up to you. We can help you write the prompts. Again, we work with our kind of pro in the field as far as rewriting job postings and things like that. So we can give you suggestions. Again, you can lock these. You can activate the scoring or turn it off. So if you have a section that is, we can't really change it, we don't want the score to be affected, there's lots of ways to customize these templates for you. And so let's go in to the job here. So let me go to the job library and let me open up this job here. Okay, so I just copy and pasted the Director of Global Social Media and Digital Communications job posting from the HPE career site. And what I want to do now is, you'll see it's just one big block of text, and it's got a bunch of information here all the way down, lots of words. You'll see now the total score is 66.3%, and that's taken into account things like gender bias, extra long sentences, the words that you choose, adverbs, complex words, all of that. So what we're basically trying to do is reformat this, but also you can improve it. So let me apply a smart template. So you'll see the job posting example for HPE. And here is where you can do some extra things. If you want to just apply the template, which is what I'm going to do here, you can do that. Or if you want to go into, spell check, formatting, optimize the job title, reduce masculine bias, shorten those sentences for readability, you can do that as well. So I'll just pick the first one just so it does one step. But there are some other videos around kind of overall optimization for your score. So let me just click apply. And so basically what this is doing is it's scanning through all the different sections. It's going to pull the different text into the new sections from the templates that we have and kind of reformat everything. And at the end, there's some unmatched content. So if anything doesn't fit into a section, you can actually see, okay, well, maybe we need to add a section to our custom template, or maybe we don't actually need this in the job posting. It's something that you can cut. Maybe it's something, for internal job descriptions that you might not need to actually publicly post. And then again, if there's anything missing, if there's a blank section, you can always type in directly, copy and paste if you have something on your website. So you'll see here, it's applied the template. Now it's going in to fix the grammar, spelling, and formatting. So once this is done, and again, this is, using AI, so it takes a couple minutes, depending on how long your job posting is. It will save it out. And then now you see the score increased slightly because we did update some of the formatting. But here you'll see you have different sections. So we're starting with what candidates care about, what you'll do, what we're looking for, salary, benefits, work where you thrive. And then it's going through, and you see the lock sections here, the EEO statement, and then there's a social section around staying connected. And then you have that unmatched content. So you can decide here, do we want to add a template section around additional skills? If you feel it's important, you want it for the job posting, we can go back in and make edits and add an additional section here in this template. And then also we have this job marketing, job level director. So again, you can decide where that fits in, or if it's something that you can just totally leave off. When you're done, you can obviously go through and export. So if you want to export to a Word document, a PDF, HTML, you can actually export. So you'll see the formatting stays here. So it keeps the sections intact. And again, you can still make additional edits after you apply the template, but that's, a separate kind of video, a separate part of the training. So here you can see you can easily export. You can also sync to an applicant tracking system. So some of our clients have a two-way sync where we pull all of their job postings in, we re-templatize them. So if they're inconsistent or, missing sections, everything gets to be more standardized. And then we can actually export and add an additional button here that says, sync to whatever your applicant tracking system is. So you can do this, in the first use case on a smaller scale, all the way up to, thousands of job postings if you need to. So that's how you apply templates and use our kind of basic and our smart templating features in our text analyzer platform. And we thank you for listening today.